Yeah, I don't know that I would say I was highly recruited. I came from a very small town. I don't believe anybody had ever been recruited out of our area. Definitely, my high school had never had a guy go play in the Big Ten. Grew up in the Midwest, so the Big Ten was everything in that area. But I was a guy that people had talked about because of size and potential, but it definitely wasn't a stat thing. And I remember getting all the letters that come in, and I don't even know if they do that anymore. It's probably emails, and that probably shows up on a wall somewhere. But yeah, I can remember getting all these letters and thinking, wow, this may be a reality. This is kind of cool. And again, not having a model where I could say, oh man, remember when John signed his letter of intent, last year, the year before that. I didn't have anything to base it off of. It was just a completely new experience, and I remember being overwhelmed with all the different decisions and the choices and all that, and figuring out, which place I go check out, and which one I have an official visit to, and it was a big moment, not only for me but for my entire family. Yeah, I think I relied a lot on friends and family to kind of hone in on, number one, what did I really want to do, and was focus going to be on football solely? Was football first and the classroom second? I hope not, and I know that wasn't my focus. But you really have to understand what is it that you want to get out of that experience, and then which one of those opportunities presents itself in your best interest. And for me, I had this idea that I wanted to stay somewhat close to home, but far enough away that I could kind of make my own little space, and I wanted to be able to choose a school that at the end of the day, that 4-year, 5-year commitment really turned into a piece of paper, a diploma, something that would benefit me much further down the road. And I chose Purdue University for a number of reasons. Number one, I wanted to have an engineering background. It was a great school for that. Number two, I went and took a visit. The visit was phenomenal. The people were great. The coach was, he really inspired me to, want to do more and take advantage of everything that Purdue represented. And so ultimately, it was fairly easy because Purdue stood out that much more than the rest of the opportunities. I think it comes down to the individual again. You have to have a clear goal and what you want out of the relationship, and then you have to make sure that you're not getting distracted by all the noise. There's going to be a lot of things printed about you. There's going to be a lot of people that have things to say about you, good, bad, or indifferent. Coaches are going to speak on your behalf. Teachers are going to speak on your behalf. But you need to have your own voice, and you need to be able to call your own shots, and you have to know what's ultimately in the best interest of you, the individual, and not you, the football player. And I think if you keep things simple and you take that approach, it'll make things a lot less hectic, and you ultimately make a great decision.
Great.